Are you the type of person that hates your 9-to-5 job? You're always looking forward to the weekends. You get those Sunday night blues that everyone gets, and you just want more out of life? Well, great, welcome to the channel. My name is Kellen, and last week I posted a video on the secret money lesson I used to quit my stable career in law enforcement, guaranteed to make $75,000 a year. I had the health insurance, the pension plan, the whole shebang, and I said goodbye. And we got tons of questions asking about what steps we took financially in order to help me quit my 9-to-5 job, along with my wife, Brittany, to quit her 9-to-5 as a teacher. So today I'm gonna go over 5 financial moves you need to make in order to set yourself up to successfully leave your 9-to-5 job and stay out of the 9-to-5 job, because a job at the end of the day just stands for just over broke. You don't really want a job. You want to be able to work for yourself, create a life of freedom, and by the end of this video, you're going to have the exact steps to take financially in order to set yourself up to do that. So smash the like button. Let's jump right into the first one. Nice. So the very first financial move you need to make is you need to create a budget. Now, before you click off the video because you hate the word budget, stick with me. It's very, very important, especially if you are planning on quitting your 9-to-5, to dig into the numbers, to understand where your money is going each month, what your cash flow is at the end of each month. And don't worry, we have tons of videos on budgeting. I will link them in the comments below. Our favorite app is Mint. But basically, a budget is simply taking your take-home income minus your expenses, and that's what money you have left over. And the goal is to cut your expenses as much as you can without reducing your quality of life and increasing your cash flow as much as possible. So a budget is an absolute must. You have to know your numbers if you're trying to quit your 9-to-5 or even any financial goal in life. So we have a simple budget template I will link below. You can grab for free. You can look at one of my mint.com videos or a budgeting video, and it's going to help you get started on creating that budget, reducing your expenses, and putting that money towards more of your financial goals. All right, number 2 is save an emergency fund. You have to have $1,000 in your savings account at all times as a buffer in life to protect you from emergencies. Things like a vet bill, a medical bill, a car repair, a home repair, the hot water heater going. You need to have money lined up so that you are able to pay for that with cash instead of swiping your credit card and increasing the balance on that, paying interest, and having it cost 10 times more than it would if you would have just had that $1,000 emergency fund. Now, we have had an emergency fund pretty much our entire life. We started dating in 9th grade. We didn't have one then. But as we got into college, we realized how important it was to have that little buffer in life, because our cars were crappy cars, crappy college cars, always breaking down. So we always had money to put towards them, to keep them running, to keep us going to school, or keep us out of going into further debt. So build up that emergency fund as much as possible. After you create your budget, you should be able to knock out that $1,000 emergency fund as quickly as possible. We're talking a couple months, and then keep going on to these next financial goals. All right, the third step is making sure that you start your plan before you quit your job. So whether you are planning to get another job or planning to start a business or have a side hustle turn into a business, you should really start that process before you just quit your job. And trust me, I understand what a terrible job is, one that just eats away at you, that you want to quit right now, and your tunnel vision that it's never going to end. There is light at the end of the tunnel. And taking the steps to start a side hustle or a business is going to help you broaden your view and let you realize that it's just temporary and that you can get through it, but making sure that you're taking those steps to do so is very important. So the goal with this step is really to have something started. So start a side hustle, a freelancing business, a lead generation business, start a blog, a YouTube channel, start another physical online business or physical store in your local town. Something has to get started. You can't just quit your 9-to-5 and say, I'm gonna do this after I quit and it's just gonna be super successful. We worked full-time and worked on our blog for 9 months before we made any money. Night and day, weekends, holidays, 9-to-5, we were working, and we were still putting tons of time into our online business and our side hustle. So I recommend doing the same thing. Get started on what your side hustle is, get started on what your passion is, learn how to make money from it. Prove that the concept works. Whether it's a side hustle or an online business, prove that it can make money. That's going to make you so much more confident and get you set up so once you do quit your job and you can put all your time and effort into it, it's really going to succeed. So we really have 3 things that we're looking for a side hustle. We want one that's high paying, one that's flexible, and one that's scalable. Something that you can scale up into a full-time online business or physical business. And really at the end of the day, I talked about this in the other video last week, whatever you're getting paid in your paycheck or with your online business or your side hustle, it really comes down to how much value you are bringing to other people. So the more value that you can bring to people, the more money you will make. The more people you can impact, the more money you will make. So you can do that in a variety of ways. You can increase your skill set, you can learn new skill, you can start a new business, you can ask for a raise. There's tons of different ways to increase your income, but really it comes down to increasing the value that you're bringing to the world. And 2 of my favorite books that taught me that is Work Less, Make More. Awesome book if you're just getting into side hustling or making an online business. Totally recommend this. This book changed my life. And then also Millionaire Fast Lane really taught the concept of there's 3 different lanes you can take. You can work the 9 to 5 for 40 years of your life. And by the time you go to retire, you'll have millions of dollars, but you'll be 65 and coming up on your deathbed and not really able to enjoy what you've worked so hard for.
That's a lot of damage. How about a little more?
Versus the fast lane is let's get to $1 million as quickly as possible. Let's become financially free and enjoy it when we're in our 20s, 30s, 40s, when we are still healthy and physically fit and able to enjoy reap the reward that we created. So when I knew I wanted to quit my job and work full-time on our business, I knew that I needed to develop new skills in order to really continue to ramp up our income once I quit. So I learned skills like digital marketing, freelancing, blogging, and did all of this stuff while I was still working at my job. So it's really important to continue to learn as well and just continue to set yourself up. That way, when you go to quit your job, you have so many different options that you can take. You can do lots of freelance work while growing your business, and the options become endless at that point. So to summarize, have a plan for a side hustle or an online business and prove the concept works, prove that you can make money with it before jumping full-time into it. And of course, I do have a video down below with our favorite ways to make money online. You're more than welcome to watch that to help you come up with some ideas. So number 4 is paying off your high interest debt. We're talking about credit cards, student loans, personal loans, car loans, anything that has a high interest debt you want to eliminate from your life. Debt really sucks all the freedom out of your life because you're putting that money every month towards the debt versus it going towards other areas in your life like savings or investing or starting a business. So it's really important to eliminate all your debt as quickly as possible. We use the Dave Ramsey snowball method. I have an entire video on his baby steps that you are more than welcome to watch. So when I left my 9 to 5 job, we purposefully paid off our debt down from $40,000 down to $25,000. We tried to eliminate as much as we could. We had no car loans at the time. Our credit card balance was always paid off every month. Never ever carry a balance on your credit card. So we were doing well financially, but we still had that risk of that $25,000 that we still need to pay off. But we reduced our expenses. We had our budget. We saved up that emergency fund, and we really made sure that we could live off Brittany's salary alone, which we were able to. So any money that I was making from the business or the side hustles that I was doing was going straight towards paying off the debt. And eventually, when Brittany wanted to quit her job as well and the business really took off, we realized the only way to really make that happen is reduce the risk as much as possible. We needed to eliminate the last $25,000. So we took our blogging income at the time was doing really well. We were making over $5,000 a month. I was taking all of the money and putting it right towards the debt. And we ended up paying off $25,000 in 5 months. And the business continued to grow, and Brittany was able to quit her teaching job at the same time that year. Bingo! By crushing your debt. Debt sucks. You're a slave to the lender. Eliminate it. Get it out of your life. Learn how to live on less and be happy with what you have. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses. And make sure you watch my Dave Ramsey baby step video. And just a final reminder before we go on to the last one here is everything with personal finance is very temporary sacrifice, and you get the entire life of freedom afterwards. So we sacrificed just a few years of our life and completely changed it. We were able to quit our 9 to 5 jobs. We were able to pay off our debt. We were able to create a life of freedom, buy our dream home, buy cars with cash, just completely live with freedom. We get to set our own hours. We get to take days off when we want to. We get to have breakfast, lunch, dinner with our family every single day, our beautiful daughters. It's an incredible life, so it's temporary sacrifice and you get forever gain. All right, number 5 is to save a 6 to 12 month emergency fund. And you'll notice that a lot of these follow Dave Ramsey's baby steps because they're great advice. But this one's really important. Anytime you are quitting your job, you're starting something new, the last thing you want is to be focused on the finances and be stressed out of your mind and have anxious thoughts about not having enough money and we're gonna run out of money. So after you're done paying off your high interest debt, really focus on building up your nest egg 6 to 12 months. Give yourself a huge buffer and a huge window to take that opportunity, quit your job, and go for it full time, whether you're starting a business or doing a side hustle or whatever you want to do. Give yourself that room financially so you're not stressing about that. And then if you do that, you're not going to be making bad decisions within your business or your side hustle based on not having enough money or scarcity. When you have that buffer, you can make good, wise decisions that's going to propel your business and side hustle forward long term, not just short term. And the last thing I want to say about this one is this really comes down to what Gary Vee says best is eat shit for a year. Live on less, realize it's going to be a little bit of sacrifice, and then the rest of your life is going to change if you just put in a little bit of sacrifice, just a year worth of eating shit. I know personally when I said that I wanted to quit my job and we were gonna reduce our expenses, I told Brittany straight up to her face, I said, I am willing to eat peanut butter jelly and ramen noodle for an entire year, for every meal. To give me this chance to quit my job and to really go for this and grow our business. And we were willing to make those sacrifices. We didn't go out to eat. We were very, very cautious on when we went out with our friends. We were paying off our debt. We were making sacrifices, and it paid off tenfold. You reap what you sow. So if you're willing to make temporary sacrifice, you can really change your life for the better. I truly believe that anyone that wants to quit their 9-to-5 job and start something on their own, become self-employed, has the ability to do so. You just need to put in the work, trust the process, and get rid of that negativity. Believe in yourself. I'm here to support you. That is the video. Hope you found value in it. Hit the thumbs up if you did. Comment below if you're ready to get started on quitting your 9-to-5 job and the steps you're gonna take financially to do so. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you on the next video next week. Peace!